hop on here today and talk with you guys about the steps that you should take to choose the right contractor for your project. Choosing the right contractor for your project can be a crucial step in whether you have a good experience or a bad experience during your remodeling. Choosing the right contractor ultimately will give you good end results. Choosing a bad contractor ultimately can be the nightmare of a lifetime, and nobody wants that. What I advise in one of your big steps of choosing a contractor is ask questions to your contractor and get answers. I have a list of 9 questions that I think are absolutely crucial to choosing the correct contractor for any project. The first one that I think is really important is, why are you in business and what do you believe in? The importance of that question is it will give you an understanding of the ethics behind your contractor. Are they about quality craftsmanship? Are they about customer service? Or are they about the bottom line? Understanding their guiding principles will help you make a decision on whether you feel they are ethically down for the project or if they're after it just for money or whatever their other concerns may be. Their guiding principles can really give you an insight into who they are as a person, as a company, as a contractor, that can ultimately determine if they're a good fit for you and your project. More importantly, for you and your home and your family and your pets and your children, are those people that you want to have in your house for extended periods of time and hand over large sums of money to this contractor. Knowing their basic principles, I think, is really important. And do you guys mesh? Does everybody mesh? Does everybody on the same page with their guiding principles? I think the next important question to ask is, what is your background and your experience? Now, chances are if somebody is out there being a contractor, they have lots of years experience in the industry. It doesn't mean that they've got years of experience in the particular industry that they are trying to be a contractor in, however. I would ask, how many years experience do you have in bathroom remodeling if you're looking to get a bathroom? How many bathroom remodeling projects have you completed? Questions along those lines really help you dive into what their experience is. It's also questions like, how long have you been in business? How long have you been in the industry? Those are all very important questions to really get an understanding of what the contractor in front of you is capable of doing. If at any time you feel the contractor that you have in front of you that you're interviewing, you don't feel that they are capable of doing the project or that they are experienced enough to do the project, by any means, you should then end that relationship. You don't want to have any doubt that whoever you are paying large sums of money to coming into your house and remodeling something, or in your backyard or in your basement or your garage, isn't qualified to do so. You'll also want to check out all of their licensing, ask for copies of license and insurance, and verify all that information with the state that you are in. As the project is progressing, permits are required on most projects. Here in the state of Michigan, anything over $600 in value, a permit is required. So you'll want to ask them, are they going to be taking care of the permits? If any answer out of their mouth is anything other than, yes, we handle all of that, then you really should look for another contractor. Because if a contractor is refusing to pull permits, there is a reason behind them refusing to pull those permits. And it's usually a red flag. A homeowner should never pull a permit for the contractor. That should always be the contractor pulling the permit. If they're not able to pull the permit, they're usually not licensed, or they've had issues in the city before, or they got flags on their license, all of those types of things. If they are not more than willing to bend over backwards to pull all the permits and schedule all the inspections and handle all of that, then I would walk away. Now that you've established that they're a good fit for you ethically, they are qualified with experience, and they are willing to pull all the permits and get all the proper permitting and inspections completed, the next question I would ask is, what is your estimated time frame for completion? This is important, and yes, scheduling in the trades can get squirrely at times, and it's a living human being is what I like to describe the schedule as, and things can change and will change, as project progresses. However, getting a relative idea of time frame. Is this project going to take a week? Is this project going to take a month? Is it going to take 6 weeks? Is it going to take 12 weeks? That is an answer that any contractor should be able to give you a ballpark idea of how long the project is going to take. Also, there should be stuff in your contract that states agreed upon ballpark time frame. That not only protects you, but it protects the contractor as well. That you're all on the same page and you're all following the same guidelines. And yes, sometimes things happen and schedule needs to get changed and manipulated. However, that's a conversation between yourself and your contractor, and usually there's a change order involved, and that initial timeline could go from 8 weeks to 9 weeks, 10 weeks, due to things that are outside of anybody's control. That's not a reason to run away, but if they are not able to give you a particular ballpark on time frame that a project's going to take, it would be a question of, do they actually have the experience that they say they have? Another big one is, will you clean up? That is a very fair question to ask any contractor. Will they clean up the mess that is created during construction? At LHS Remodeling and Design, we clean up every single bit of debris that was created from tear out and installation, dispose of all that debris, get it all out of your house, out of your yard, all those sorts of things, to the point where we even send in a professional cleaner after every project to come in and clean any area that was affected by the construction of the project that we are working on with them. I don't feel that that is an unrealistic expectation for anybody to want the project area to be cleaned up and to be kept safe for you, your family, your kids, your pets, all of those things. And on what extent do they clean up? Do they broom sweep every day and that's it? Do they get rid of trash? Do they vacuum every day? Do they keep tools in the house at the end of each day? Do they clean up their tools every day? These are all questions that will allow you to understand more getting into the project of what to expect during the project's duration. I think this is probably the most important question that you should ask any contractor is there a warranty for the service and or materials that are being rendered in your home? That is a very important question. Most states have a minimum law of how long a warranty has to be on a home improvement project. Here in the state of Michigan, it is a minimum of 12 months warranty. And that is what most contractors in this area do, and that is a craftsmanship only warranty. With LHS Remodeling and Design, we have a 5-year warranty on craftsmanship, and we have a 5-year warranty on any and all materials that we provide. So we cover it from start to finish, in and out. And the reason why we offer a 5-year warranty versus everybody else offering the 1-year warranty or maybe 18-month warranty is because we know we're putting out a fantastic high quality product that is going to last a lifetime. And so in the grand scheme of things, 5 years is nothing on the whole life of our project. When we build bathrooms and kitchens and basements, things like that, we know that they're going to last 30, 40, 50 years. So us backing up for 5 years gives you insurance for 5 years that even if the tiniest thing comes up, we will come and take care of that for you. Other contractors only offer a 1-year warranty, or they also offer what we like to call the taillight warranty. When you see their taillights, the warranty is up. I hate to say it, but there is a lot of guys out there that are doing work like that, and it just gives us all a bad name, and a really bad name. And not only do you want to get a verbal confirmation of warranty when it comes to your project, you want that in writing. You want that to be part of the contract, the warranty stipulations, all of that very clear, cut and dry information of what is covered, what is not covered, so on and so forth in that warranty. And you want that to be a document that is provided to you in writing to protect you for anything that may occur in that warranty period. A great question to ask is, how do you resolve disagreements? During a project, especially a larger project, even a small project, disagreements can happen, misunderstandings can happen, expectations can be skewed a little bit in one way or the other, whether that be on the contract side or you as the homeowner side. Disagreements can happen. Knowing how a contractor is going to handle those disagreements is a good bit of information to have. For instance, with us, we will automatically go back to scope of work. We'll look at agreed upon scope of work, and we will then determine from there, was this in the original agreed upon scope of work, so on and so forth, have a conversation, and put together an addendum if needed for any changes or disagreements or anything like that. It all really boils down to having the contract, having everything in writing, and having it be to knowing how the contractor is going to handle any form of disagreement that may arise. For instance, in our contract, we have an entire section or subsection that talks about disagreements and remediation and, those steps, right in detail and how those things will be addressed. The next thing you definitely want to ask your contractor, and we briefly touched on it earlier in this video, is do you have license and insurance? And when they do, you should ask them for a copy of that license and a copy of that insurance, and you should verify with your state that both those documents are still valid. It's very easy to do in every state. You can just look it up, license lookup or insurance lookup for contractors, and you should be able to do that with a quick Google search to be able to find your contractor and verify that the documents he handed you are legitimate and still valid. If there's a contractor that is refusing to give you those documents, that is a huge red flag. Because if they are licensed and insured like they should be, then they should have no problem turning over those documents to you for your review and your own due diligence on securing that everything they're telling you is the truth. And now we get into the nitty-gritty. Do you have a contract and a detailed scope of work? I cannot stress this enough on how this is the most important question out of anything we've talked about today. Is first and foremost the contract. Do they have a contract? Is the contract detailed? Is the contract go in any direction covering all things that could possibly happen during a construction project? You should want to review that contract in detail, read it line for line, word for word, and if at any time you don't understand something in that contract, you should seek legal advice to make sure that that contract is both there to benefit you and the contractor and is not sided in one way or another. The contract is there to protect everybody. On top of the contract, what's even more important is a detailed scope of work. Has everything you've talked about been included in that scope of work? Is there details in that scope of work? And when I say details, I don't mean tile the shower. Well, that's a very broad statement. There are many patterns available for tile. There are many materials that are used for tile. There is many different backer boards that can be used for tile. Instead of saying tile the shower, it should say something along the lines of install weedy backer board in shower surround going from tub lip to ceiling, following manufacturer's instructions. Install tile and grout tile, including all trim pieces, in shower from tub lip to ceiling in straight or brick pattern with 1/8" grout joints. That is a much better description of scope of work than just tile the shower. Whenever you have anything that you're seeing in a scope of work or an estimate that is getting handed over to you, and it's not super clear, cut and dry of what is included, what is not included, be sure to ask those questions and be sure to get that information specified. That way everyone can stay on the same page, have the same expectations, and ultimately have the same end result that everyone is looking for. Well, I hope this video was informative, and I hope that everyone learned something in this video and I was able to give out good information to everyone and build a little bit of value here in our services. If you would like more detail on all the questions that we've talked about here today, you can check out our blog on our website that goes into this detail. That is titled Comprehensive Guide, 9 Questions to Ask Your Contractor Before Hiring. I will also include the link down in the description below. And if you liked what you watched today, all I would ask is that you like and subscribe to our channel and hit that little bell so anytime we have a new video coming out, you can see what we've got going on. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful day.